gentlemen, our host, Alan Thicke.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Hello and Huan Ying. That's welcome, I hope. We're coming to you from Taiwan, the Republic of China. It's Monday night in the United States. That means Tuesday morning here, so we're coming to you live tomorrow, although you're watching it yesterday. Now, if that sounds confusing, you just try picking one Miss Universe from 66 beautiful contenders. Well, that's why we're here. We have many incredible scenes of this island to share with you, so to share that job with me, please, Huan Ying, your hostess this evening, Tracy Scoggins.
Thank you, Alan, and Shei men. And good evening to all of you folks back home. Isn't this exciting? We're being seen all over the world.
Oh, yes, I know. 700 million people approximately joining us tonight, some in summer, some in winter. But wherever you are in the world, the swimsuit segment will be sure to warm your hearts. Our contestants are featured in their Catalina swimsuits against some of the beautiful backgrounds of the Republic of China.
Oh, just one more thing, Alan. As each contestant appears, we'll show you at home their swimsuit preliminary scores, but only you at home, not the contestants, not the judges, not even the audience here in Linkou Stadium will see those scores. Our first stop will be on the grounds of the world-famous National Palace Museum, which houses Chinese treasures dating back some 4,000 years.
Well, let's hit the road. Yesterday becomes the setting for these young women of today, beginning with Diana Arevalo, Miss Colombia. Traditional parasols and hot springs vapors provide the setting for Nuno Bad, Miss Greenland. Backed by a bridge over untroubled waters, Pernilla Nathanson, Miss Denmark. This young lady was named Miss Photogenic by the pageant press. From England, Tracy Williams. Senorita Amanda Olivares is Miss Mexico. Music from an ancient lute serenades Miss Canada, Melinda Gillies. On a zigzag tea house walk, we meet Cecilia Pozo, Miss Ecuador, and Maria Steinhardt, who is Miss Austria. It's not bagpipe music, but an oriental overture for Miss Scotland, Amanda Laird. From the land of wooden shoes and warm smiles, here is Miss Holland, Annabeth Berenson. From the Philippines, Perfida Limpin. Israel sends us green-eyed, ginger-haired Shirley Ben Mordecai. A graceful swan is a suitable prelude to the gracious Liza Marie Camacho, Miss Guam. The beauty of Asia and Scandinavia meet here. This is Miss Sweden, Annika Davidson. It's a gorgeous country, made all the more gorgeous by the beauties in the blossoms on the bridge. And they are Cheryl Ann Gordon, Miss Trinidad and Tobago. Carla Trambati, Miss Uruguay. And from Wales, Lisa Williams. That's a sulfur spring behind Miss Guatemala, Sylvia Mencia. Farther up the falls, Miss U.S. Virgin Islands, Heather Carty. This is not the foot of the falls, but the foot of Adrian Rock, Miss Ireland. The lovely waterfall frames the lovely Miss Argentina, Claudia Gabriela Pereira. And from the homeland of our reigning Miss Universe, here is Miss Chile, Veronica Romero. And from the land down under, look over Miss Australia. This is Vanessa Gibson. It would take a big rock to impress Miss Gibraltar. She's Maita Sanchez. And to say auf Wiedersehen to the waterfalls, here's Miss Germany, Christiane Koch. Traveling north to Yelio Park, the wind and the sea have carved a setting for Miss Dominican Republic, Patricia Jimenez. More Sulphur Springs and Miss Venezuela, Yahaira Vera. We interrupt her sunbathing to meet Miss Egypt, Amina Chilbaya. And here's Miss Puerto Rico, Isabel Pardo. Nelda Felicia Farrington is Miss British Virgin Islands. And modeling her white swimsuit, Miss Finland is Nina Bjornstrom. A look across the sea and a smile for us from Miss Italy, Simona Ventura. From South America, the Caribbean, and Central America, here's Miss Peru, Katia Escudero Lozano. Leota Sua is Miss Jamaica. And Miss Costa Rica is Erica Paoli. Among the remarkable shapes on Yelio Beach is the one belonging to Kim Lightbourne, Miss Bermuda. And from the city that hosted last year's pageant comes Miss Singapore, Audrey Ann Tay. With her is Ruby Jean Hamilton. She's Miss Northern Marianas. This natural sand formation is called Queen's Head. And that natural beauty is Miss USA, Courtney Gibbs. The beauty of the Lynn Family Gardens, a designated historical site, is enhanced by some international visitors. One of them is Miss Hong Kong, that's Pauline Young, and Linda Lum, Miss Malaysia. It's a long way from Europe to the Republic of China, but these ladies look right at home. Miss Switzerland is Gabriella Bigler. And Daisy Van Cowenberg is Miss Belgium. Work on these gardens began 100 years ago. Considerably younger than that is Claudia Fritolini, Miss France. Just around the corner, but a long way from home, we find Miss Nigeria, Omasanbua. This is Natasha Christine Pinder. She is Miss Bahamas. Lebanon sends us Ilian Fakuri. From the nearby land of the rising sun comes Miss Japan, Mizuho Sakaguchi. And enjoying the Chinese sun is Miss Luxembourg, Lydie Garni. The wings of a butterfly complement the charms of Miss Malta, Stephanie Spiteri. And also those of Miss Turkey, Meltem Hakhara. A lovely symbol of hospitality is this young woman, our homegrown candidate, Miss Republic of China, Hu Fei Cui. And the doors here at the Lynn Family Gardens will always be open to welcome the likes of Miss New Zealand, Lana Cockcroft. Now, this Chinese fisherman on Golden Beach can't believe his eyes. The young lady is Miss Thailand, Porntip Nakirankanok. He knows it's an illusion, so he goes back to work. And this young man is just as surprised. Is it a mermaid? No, it's Miss Korea, Young Chang. This boat may be searching for treasure, but look no further than Miss Spain, Sonsoles Artigues. Or this lovely South American, Marta Noemi Acosta, Miss Paraguay. This fisherman gives new meaning to the term net profits. Meanwhile, here's the one that got away, Miss Sri Lanka, Dipti Alas. From the islands of Turks and Caicos comes their Miss Edna Smith. And Miss Iceland, Anna Margaret Jonsdottir. A quartet of Latin American beauties gather on this China Sea beach. They are Miss Bolivia, Ana Maria Pereira, Margarita Veccarano Celari, Miss El Salvador, Miss Brazil, Isabel Cristina Beducci, and Jacqueline Herrera, Miss Honduras. In a blue swimsuit by the blue sea, Miss Norway, Bente Brunland. And making a big splash here is Miss Portugal, Isabel da Costa. Well, the fishermen know their friends back home won't believe all of this, so they get some proof. And everyone takes home some fond memories, whether of the beach or the Grand Hotel. That international symbol of friendship, the wave, is extended to the whole world from all of the contestants in the 1988 Miss Universe pageant.
Those scores you saw, like all of the judges' scores, were compiled by computer. Each of our 11 judges has a terminal just like this one. During each competition, the judge enters a score for each contestant. It can be from a 1.0 to as high as a 9.99. The computer then averages the scores of our 11 judges, and that average becomes the contestant's composite score. This was the way they did it in the preliminary competitions during the past week. Of the 3 areas of competition, 1/3 of the contestants' score came from the evening gown competition, where each young woman wore a gown of her own choice. 1/3 from the swimsuit competition, and a final 1/3 from personal interviews with each judge, using an interpreter when necessary. In our computer are all those scores and the names of our 10 semifinalists. If you're ready to compare your choices with those of our judges, you'll get your chance when Alan reads the names of our 10 semifinalists right after this.